Hey guys, it's me. So today I'm going to be doing a tag video. One, because I'm bored, and two, I want to do a video for my channel, so I thought I would just do a tag. This is a random tag that I just found, and it's called what is it called? The Reader Problems book tag. Looks fun, and it looks interesting, so I'm gonna do it. Obviously, I wasn't tagged. I usually never am. But I just love doing tags because they're so fun. So yeah, let's just get on to question 1. Alright, question 1. You have 20,000 books on your TBR. How in the world do you decide what to read next? Okay, first of all, whoa, that's a lot of books. Second of all, that would never happen because I don't have enough money for that many books. Don't have the funds here because I don't have a job. So yeah, but if that instance were to occur, the way I would decide what to read next it would probably be, if any one of them were a series, I would, like, if it was a series that I had already started, I would maybe read the next book of that series that I cared the most about, I guess. Like, cause see, I ordered a few books, and one of them is from a series that I really, really like, so I will tend to read that first instead of the other books that I care slightly less about. So I would probably read a book from a series that I care more about, more so than other ones. Number 2, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? Okay, for this one, I am committed, and I usually never don't finish a book. The only instance I have ever done that, I think I've only done that like twice ever. Like ever since I started reading like hardcore, you could say. I don't even know, but I've only done that twice, I think. Yeah, I only do that twice. I usually try to finish the book in case, like, say I get like halfway through, like, the next half could be better. So if it's bad in the beginning or boring, then I usually just try to strive on and see if it gets any better. If it doesn't, oh well. But I've only ever not finished a book when it's so boring, like literally so boring, that I just don't, I just couldn't. Number 3, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your Goodreads reading challenge. Do you try to catch up, and how? I'm actually experiencing this right now. Like, I'm so close to finishing my Goodreads reading challenge, but I'm worried that I might not complete it. I don't know, like, but how I'm catching up is, like, I actually just did this, I think, yesterday. Like, I was totally not in the mood for reading this one book for some reason, and I was kind of behind, and I had like 200 pages left. So one day, I think this was last night actually, I just sat down on my bed and like finished the whole entire book. I never even planned to do that. I originally planned to only read like 50 pages, and but I ended up finishing the entire book because I'm like, oh, I should catch up on my reading challenge and, might as well read some more. And then when I read 100 pages, I'm like, oh, might as well read 50 more pages. And then after that, it was getting good, so I'm like, oh, might as well finish it. So hopefully the rest of the books I read this year will be good enough so that I will be able to finish them fast and complete my Goodreads reading challenge. Number 4, the covers of a series you love do not match. How do you cope? Okay, I've actually never experienced this where in mid-series there was a cover change. I've actually, never experienced that, I don't think. The only instance where my covers don't match is the Beautiful Creatures series, which isn't my total favorite series, so I don't really care. But that was intentional. Yeah, but if that did happen, where the cover change happens in the middle of a series, like say, I don't know, the Throne of Glass series, because that's a 6-book series and there's only 3 out, there could be a cover change. I don't think there will, but I'm getting off track. I don't know what I would do. I'm not sure if I would buy the new covers of the books that I already owned, because I feel like that's kind of pointless to buy books you already own but just in like a different edition. I don't know. It would have to depend on what the series was, honestly, and how bad the cover change was. Like, if the original covers were good and then it changes to a bad cover, then that would be bad. But if the cover change was good, like if it was, I don't know, if it was like good before and then good after, like both covers are good, then I probably wouldn't care. Number 5. Everyone and their mother loves a book you really don't like. Who do you bond with over shared feelings? For me, my one cousin likes to read, so sometimes I talk to them about it. Sometimes I like talk to Goodreads people, like not like a full-on discussion, but sometimes on like what am I trying to say? Discussion threads. Sometimes I like comment and they'll like reply back or whatever. So yeah. Number 6, you're reading a book and you're about to start crying in public. How do you deal? Okay, this, I will tell you right now, this would never happen to me, and I've ensured on several occasions why this would never happen to me, because I have made sure to never finish a book in public, like ever. Like, if I bring a book to school, I make sure, like, usually I'm not close to finishing it in school anyway, but I usually try to make sure that I never finish a book so that that will never happen. Also, I don't really cry a lot for books. I've only cried a couple times for books. But if that started to happen, if there was like a bathroom in this public place, then I would probably go to the bathroom and cry there. Or maybe, like, I'm not saying I don't have a car now, but like if this was the future and I was like an adult, maybe like run out to my car and cry or something. I don't know. Number 7, a sequel of a book you loved just came out, but you've forgotten a lot from the prior novel. Will you reread the book, skip the sequel, try to find a synopsis on Goodreads, cry in frustration? Okay, not crying frustration. I usually never reread books. Usually I just go into it. I surprisingly remember a lot, usually, if it's just like a year or 2 years or something between book spans, like if I like them. So usually I don't have to reread it because I remember all the major details, but if I really want to remember something, I'll just look at like chapter summaries or something. Yeah, this is something I usually don't normally have to do. Number 8, you do not want anyone borrowing your books. How do you politely tell people no when they ask? Okay, first of all, nobody asks me to borrow books from me because almost none of my friends from school read. So, yeah, this question doesn't really apply to me. The only people like I would lend a book to is like maybe a family member. That way I know that it would be returned. That's the only time I've ever lent a book out to somebody. Number 9, reading ADD. You've picked up and put down 5 books in the last month. How do you get over your reading slump? If I have a reading slump, usually I don't like pick up 5 books and then just never finish them. I usually try to like struggle through the book or 2 books that I'm reading at the time. I just don't start new books. I'm just not that kind of person. But the way I would get over it, I don't know, would maybe just like push through it, I guess, because that's what just kind of happened. I was in like a little mini reading slump, and then as I said before previously in this video, I just like read like 200 pages in a book and finished it, and now I'm like in this real fast reading mood. So if I kind of just push through a reading slump, then it'll just go away. Number 10, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I am suffering this problem right now. There are so many books that have been released within the past few months that I just need. And I've bought a couple of them, read a couple of them, but there's still a couple that I need to buy. And it's frustrating because I do not have the money funds. Which, I mean, yeah, I have money here and there. I just bought a couple books, like, online and stuff, and I'm not, like, you know, poor or whatever. That's, no. But, you know, I just don't get as many books, you know, because some people have, like, 20 books per month. I'm like, what? I want that. But, anyway, how many do I actually buy? I probably buy, like, maybe 3 to 5, depending on how much money I have, like, in, like, one trip or one order. And the ones that I would buy are probably, like, the ones that I want the most in the series that I most like, because most of the time books that release are in series. So, yeah, that's what I do. And then the ones that I care slightly less about, I just buy later whenever I can. And number 11, after you've bought the new books you can't wait to get to, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? What am I trying to say? I just had the thought in my head and then it, like, disappeared. Normally, like, 2 weeks to a month, because usually when I buy books, I'm at least reading one book, and I don't want to, like, start books when I'm already reading the old book. I want to finish the old book before I get to the new book, and, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so I try to finish whatever I'm reading first and then move on to the newer books. So yeah, that's it for this tag. Sorry, this is probably going to be a long video, but oh well, and I will leave the creator of this tag in the description box below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!